Hi, Janelle. What's the big idea? Okay, give yourself a pat on the back, buddy. You've made it. You've worked so hard on this leg of the journey. You've learned about the American Revolution and all about freedom in America. Along the way, you've learned more about the author's points, reasons, and evidence. Okay? And you've learned about ways to integrate information from multiple sources, including how to find information in text features. Let's review the big ideas. First, we're going to take a look at author's points, then reasons and evidence. So let's talk about author's points. Okay, you see the footprints? These are the author's points. Authors make points in their writing, and they use reason and evidence to support their points. Think about these questions. What information is the author trying to communicate? Why is the author's points true? Okay, so we covered, like I said, the author's points and reasons and the evidence. Okay, so we're going to talk about the reasons, the evidence. Next, we're going to talk about the text features. Okay, you see this beautiful map? This is a text feature. Okay, and it says Louisiana Territory, Spanish, Northwest Territory, British Territory at the top. We can see the Atlantic Ocean over on the other side, up there by Virginia and North Carolina, and those are the 13 colonies. So we know this map has to do with the time period during the American Revolutionary War. This is a text feature, and it supports the information in a text and often builds on the information. To use text features to solve a problem or find an answer. Follow these steps. Find the location of the information and find the information. So they may ask you what part of the map is, what area is closest to the Ohio River. So you locate the Ohio River, and then you say to yourself, I believe we could say they would like for us to say the Northwest Territory would be the one that borders almost all of the Ohio River. Okay? All right. Next, we're going to use multiple sources to speak or write about a topic. Okay, so what you're thinking is sources. Those are your online sources. Those ones that you use that are the ones that are trusted the most. We need to use the ones that are the most reliable. Maybe those are by an education source, like a school or a university. Maybe it's done by an expert, or the government is controlling the site with other, information that's from experts. Okay? And a writer would gather this information from more than one source to answer a question. First, they gather that information, and the next step is to organize those documents. Okay? And they prepare the person to be able to write or speak about the topic, because once you have all your information from all your sources, from your websites, you're able to say, I can discuss now, at least 3 reasons why I feel women had a large role in the American Revolutionary War, which you talked about before in your paper. You're talking about the role of women in the American Revolutionary War. And so if you were to summarize that informative text that you did, your title is Women in the War. That's what you had, is Women in the War. And you're the author, and your main topic is the role of women in the American Revolutionary War. And your main ideas were your 3 body paragraphs. Your first body paragraph was on how women were cooks and nurses and maids. And we discussed the things that they did as our reasons, and then we had some evidence that we talked about that we found in our sources that they did. Women were nurses, and women did heal the sick, and women did mend socks and act as maids, and women did cook for the army men. Our next body paragraph, you told us about how women were spies. And your main topic sentence was about how women were not just in the battlefields cooking and doing laundry and maids and nursing. They were also spies. They were able to get information to help the Army to go forward. And that is, found in some sources, and our evidence told us about women who actually were able to pass along information without being caught because they were female. That was our evidence. And then our last body paragraph, you talked about how women were also part of the battlefield. If their husband were wounded, the women would now step in and man the cannon. And we had evidence. We had a woman who actually did that. Her husband died on the battlefield. And we talked about that and how he died, and she stepped in and she, made sure that the cannons kept firing. Okay, now we did an informative, let's talk about this. When we summarize a point, make sure to include the reasons and the evidence that are most important to the point. Summarizing the most important points appropriately will help you to summarize the text as a whole. Okay, so when we were talking about how we were summarizing how women were, big part, they played a big role in the American Revolutionary War, we would summarize those main points into 3 things. And that was that they were nurses and cooks, that they were spies, and that they helped out with the cannons when their husbands were injured. Those would be the ways you would summarize the points. And we make sure we include the reasons and the evidence. Okay? And the reason they did these things is because the men needed their help. We needed help in the war, and the evidence proves that they did these things. They foraged for food, and they also were nurses, and they healed people. As a spy, they gathered information and they gave it to the American soldiers. And as they were on the field and they were pouring water for their husbands, if their husband fell ill or fell down or got shot, they picked up the work and did what they had to do and fill the cannon and keep going. So that's the evidence that these women did what they needed to do. And we did an informative writing assignment, and we had the introduction, and the introduction had the hook, the bridge, and the controlling idea.